Hi, everyone. It is Friday, and it is December 13th, and it is 7:32. I'm on time. So welcome tonight. We've been pretty busy, as you could tell, and there's a lot to do and a lot to get done. There's not too much news to update you with tonight other than we have a lot going on next week. So hello, everyone. I'm seeing all of you from everywhere: Maui, New York, Brooklyn, Nassau County, Rockland. Great to see you all. So let's see, John, I'm on early for a change. So am I, John. I have a health-related insurance question. Let's see what he says here. Have any members had their long-term care premiums raised by an excessive rate, or have you mind? So, John, I thought you already did an article on this. Didn't this is a common thing. This happens every year. Why are you asking? I don't know why you're asking. Tell me why you're asking. This is a common thing. Another crazy insurance company scam of the century, I guess. So while I'm waiting for him to answer why he's asking, we are going to talk about a couple of updates. So our fundraiser was to make $250,000 before the end of December by January 1. Today, we stand at $218,600. So thank you for all of your generosity. We're going to try to push that up over that 250 mark in the next 2 weeks. So our pledge drive will then close for 2024, and we will pick up sometime, I guess, in the first quarter, after the first quarter, or mid to end of the first quarter for the next time. So, whoops. So we'll work on that after then, but hopefully we get to that mark and we meet our goal for 2024. So thank you, everyone, for that. Monday. Let's talk about Monday. I want to know who's coming. So if you're coming, I want a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. I want to know you guys are coming to that rally on Monday, rain or shine, and it looks like it's going to be spritzing. So make sure you bring an umbrella, you bring a rain poncho, because it looks like it was a decent chance of like light rain. It says 0.2 on my weather app here. Let's see, New York on Monday, I'm showing 75% chance of rain. Well, before it was like 60. But for the times that we are going out, Monday. So I'm showing temperature at about 50 degrees, which looks like it warmed up a little bit, but it's only looking at about a half an inch of rain. And it looks like it's a higher chance early in the morning. So by the time we get out, it's about a 25% chance. So we have a really good possibility so far that it won't be, heavy rain, but we have our billboard truck coming. We have a lot going on that day. So I want to see you guys come out. We have signs being delivered. The billboard truck will be there. Remember, our theme for this is basically Henry's on an island unto himself, and the Shirley Chisholm theme, that if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a chair. Don't worry. We got chairs. So we are going to be there. For those of you that are traveling by subway, and it's easier for you to get to 125 Barclay Street, just meet us down at Barclay. You were going to see our two team captains. One would be me and Michelle, and the other would be Neil on the other side. Neil is going to take the 125 side. I'm going to take this side on Murray Street. We are going to be at both entrances, and then once the meeting starts, which would be 3:00, if they don't let us into the building, then we will all meet at Murray Street and hang out together until the meeting is over. So I want to see you guys there. Come and join us. Bring a bottle of water, bring an umbrella, bring a rain poncho. We are going to be there, rain or shine. It is important that they hear you, because Henry has to stop trying to interfere in something that doesn't impact him. This is not his problem. He caused this problem. Don't get me wrong. He caused this problem, but this is not his bill. He does not represent us. He should have protected us. He failed in that responsibility as a union leader to protect the members formerly of his union, and also of the city of New York, because remember, as one of the largest voting blocks in the Municipal Labor Committee, he had a job to do, which was to protect the retired members of the city. He failed in that because he chose to partner up with the United Federation of Teachers to liquidate retiree health care, force us into managed care, and take the value of our health care to benefit themselves. So all of this crazy excuses that he's been giving people, the council messages that he's giving is our bill violates collective bargaining, it interferes with his union, the bill isn't funded. All of this stuff is a lie. And if you've been watching my videos, we've been trying to educate everyone as much as possible that unions don't represent retirees, but they had a duty to protect us. And what this municipal committee did with these unions was liquidate retiree health benefits to benefit themselves. They took our health care to finance theirs. So we want to make sure that we're heard. And like we've always said, if we don't have a seat at the table, then we must be on the menu. And sure as hell we were. And if they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair, and we will. So I hope to see all of you on Monday. Please we'll huddle up. We'll be together. It's the right thing to do. And I'm not going to allow the city council to attend that meeting and not hear us. They need to hear the truth. Let's see. We want to know if we can get graduate credit for your online YouTube labor videos. Seriously, though, you should offer them as a labor course of study at CUNY. Well, if you are related, affiliated, connected to James Davis, let him know. Maybe he'll finally call me. But that's a great idea. I did not know. Does CUNY have a labor school? I know Cornell does. I did not know that CUNY did. So that's interesting. Curious, who does the theme song? Oh, so that was a Blondie song, but because I can't use Blondie, I used a cover. But I'm looking right now at other cover songs that I think the music resonates with. So stay tuned to that. And I will eventually start putting the artists of the music we are using in the description of the videos, because it's right to just pay patronage to that. Some of the videos we do have to pay a little bit for just for using, but I think it makes a difference and it gives a vibe and a feeling. And we, of course, don't want to be cheapskates and not pay for an artist's work. So this was a cover, and this was a free cover to use on YouTube. But yes, it was a Blondie song, and Blondie was one of my favorite musicians. So I love that song. It's funny because when we were first listening, I'll tell you a joke, we thought it actually had to do with unions. It doesn't. If you Google what Union City Blues song actually means, we were hysterical laughing, but I like the song anyway. Next message. Let's see. So do we have any thumbs up though? We did get a good number of thumbs up. I'm hoping I'm getting more thumbs up because I don't want to be sitting out there by myself. John says, because I'm fighting it with 2 U.S. senators' help and 2 publications in Albany, need anyone who's had a problem. So, John, would you do me a favor and email the organization and tell me where I can put this in the newsletter next week. If you tell me if people do have a problem, where you would like them to contact you, or, wherever you'd like that to go. Tell me who they should contact if they do, and I'll put that in the newsletter for you. Water is a fireman's and everyone's friend. Trust me. Okay. Any idea how many councilmen's pro and con will attend? No idea, Gerald. I wasn't even on the memo. Thank you, Leela. I look forward to seeing you. John says, have lined up a lot of political help for possible new legislation, talking to a lawyer who might take a pro bono organization. I love the idea. So, John, just send us something and I'll make sure it gets in the newsletter. Let's see. I'm a CWA 1180 retiree. I have two choices for drug plan, the union or the city plan. I take the city plan, and the CWA gives me back $1,500 to pay for the drug plan. In 2025 goes up to $2,000. So we have been asking for weeks, and I actually just sent another email today to Gloria Middleton as well as to OLR asking them about this information. We did not get a response today, and I'll check my email again, but to my understanding, they've not yet replied about going back to the CWA drug plan, the welfare fund drug plan, or using the city welfare fund, city drug plan. So if what you're telling me is that you have two choices, the union or the city, to my knowledge, when this was the ask, is the CWA plan a creditable plan? And Gloria keeps saying it is without providing any proof, and we don't know if it's true or not. And so we asked the city to intervene. The city said that the city's rule is if the welfare fund is a creditable plan, you cannot purchase the city drug rider. Well, I said to the city, can CWA 1180 retirees purchase the drug rider? And he said yes. What does that mean? The CWA 1180 plan is not creditable. So I'm asking them to say it out loud, and no one wants to say it. I sent the email again today, and it went to Renee Campion, Claire Levitt, Dean Weltman, Gloria Middleton. So now if they don't answer next week, we then take that email and forward it to the media. Someone's going to ask them and demand that the question be answered. I don't know who, but eventually it'll happen. Our doctor this week asked if I was aware of what was happening in New York City. I asked if he had a year for me to explain. How did your doctor know? Because I know you're not in New York. I love the superhero image you created for Arthur Goldstein's newsletter. Very impressed with your digital imaging skills. Well, thank you. And I also have to give credit to Eric Blunt if he's on here today, because he also designed our background. He helped do our intro and outro on our video. He put those together for us. And he taught me how to do that AI. So I love that. And if Eric's listening, I will let him know. He'll hear you're a fan. Let's see. CWA plan only pays $26,000 while the city plan is limited. Well, then that tells me the CWA plan is not a creditable plan. Then there's your answer. Greetings from Maine. Nobody here where nobody accepts Medicare Advantage for city retired employees. I hear you, Jim. We're trying. John goes, literally, nobody? Absolutely. We found up in the Northeast that this was a real issue. Sherry, doctor is going to charge 2% for using a credit card, just like some restaurants. This is insane. This is insane. Well, and let me tell you something about billing. So in medical billing, if you can't pay a medical bill, they have to let you create a payment plan. And if you were to take that payment plan and just write a check every week, they can't charge you. They can't penalize you. You're paying it down. So if there's a possibility of you not using your credit card, but just paying part of it in a check, then maybe you do that way. Or if you have decent credit, there's a care credit card. Care credit allows you to charge medical bills, whether it's yours or your pets. And sometimes, depending on the cost, they can even extend you terms like 6 months at no interest or something like that. So might be something else to look into. I know I had to do that for Sugar when Sugar had to have cancer surgery. So Tommy, all you UFTers, I see you watching this, peekaboo. Tommy, what are you saying? I got active teachers watching us? That's awesome. So this is being live streamed right now into Facebook on our open public page, not the private group, on our open public page open public page, as well as into YouTube at the same time. And it saves me from having to record, download, upload, and like that. So Mary says, I will be there with bells on. I'll be glad to see you. William, the Teamsters 237 plan claims that it is creditable and they do not offer to pay back half the amount the city coverage as the Managers Association and CWA 1180 do. The teachers also get a stipend. So, William, do me a favor, send a certified letter to 237's Welfare Fund and ask them for proof that the Welfare Fund drug plan is a creditable plan. It had to have been done by an actuary. So let me know what you find out. Trust me, I brought that up today too to OLR. Let's see what the reply becomes. Let's see. Any update on the city's request to mediate about copays? No update. Supposedly they're looking at having a meeting sometime in January, but that's all I know. That has not been scheduled. Let's see. Swami88, active teacher here. Big fan. Yay! That means actives are listening. Wherever was Tommy? Tommy saw active teachers. Let's see. Did you hear about the UFT meeting? Yes, I did. And let me tell you, I was like laughing at my phone because someone called me again today. I must have got like 100 phone calls over yesterday's delegate assembly meeting. Look, I always said this, right? If someone says they got your back, don't tell me you got it. Show me you got it. Someone says I love you, then they better be able to show you they love you. Don't just tell me you love me. So clearly, you know, the New York City Retirees loves all of you because you're breaking our ass trying to help you. But what has Michael done or the UFT done? Let's make it generic. What has the UFT done to show you that they love you? Have they done an amicus in any one of our cases? The MLC has 2 amicus briefs in 2 of our cases, Campion and Benkowski. Did the UFT put in an amicus brief? Are they going to put in an amicus brief? Are they going to discourage the MLC from putting in an amicus brief going into the Benkowski appeal? Are they supporting city and state legislation? I don't know. That might show me love. I don't know. What do you think? Does that show you love if someone says, hey, let me help you lobby the city council and pass 1096 since Henry Garrido's being a jerk? Did he say that? I don't know. Yesterday. Did he say that? Because I didn't hear that. Did you hear that? I don't know. I didn't hear that. Man, there's like a million questions. And I just saw, Dan, I saw your question up here somewhere. I've got to find you. That was another announcement. So Dan Murray said that the New York City Shields, the Long Island Shields, did a fundraiser, I guess a 50-50, and they're sending us several $100s. So I want to make sure I do a shout out to Mike Villa and the Long Island Shields, which are the New York City PD groups. We absolutely love you and appreciate you, and Merry Christmas to everybody. We thank you very much for that. Dan, thank you for sharing the message and helping us on that side. Let's see. Ellen, some DSNY retirees believe that Medicare premium reimbursement made by the cities from their union. Had a conversation with a DSNY retiree recently. I know you told me that you were on the retirees Facebook page, but I'm thinking that putting up a bat signal for retirees on our page for more to reach out. Well, I can put a post on there and see if they come in, but sometimes they don't always approve. Sometimes these other groups don't always approve my posts. So, I mean, I could try, but if they don't want to listen, what can I tell you? If I were to come by Accessoride, where should I meet you? At the end destination, meaning DC37 address. Oh, so Leo, if it's easier for you to take the Accessoride, go to like Murray and West or 125 Barclay. Either one of those entrances, you'll see retirees. Okay. DC37 is on Murray Street on one side, Barclay Street on the other, and West on the south end, west end. So you can meet us at any one of those locations. You could meet us at West and Murray, or you can meet us at Barclay and West. That's totally up to you. but you don't need to come to City Hall and march all the way down the block. You can just go there and wait for us. Do we have to start paying co-pays January 20? Charlie, we have been saying this for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Because they amended the contract, because the case has not yet been argued, they did correct the contract and put co-pays in place. Another blessing from the Municipal Labor Committee that the unions negotiated to put co-pays on Medicare eligible retirees for their savings agreements to fund their contracts. That's their raises. So yes, they did that to us. And because they changed the health contract, we haven't been able to argue that case yet. We don't even have a court date scheduled. So hopefully something happens with that. But right now, I mean, we're in a waiting pattern. That's out of our control. Right now, what you can do is you have to make sure that if come January 1, you should be getting your new cards in the mail. Many people got them this week. Once you've met the Medicare deductible, you have to meet the GHI deductible of $50. And then once you meet that, your copays would kick in. And they are supposed to be $15 on your services. If you're seeing anything that's happening that's unusual, we need to know. Please email the organization. Okay. Does the organization have a stand on the New York Health Act, or is this something we should be worried about? I don't think it will cover retirees who live out of state. So, Eileen, we've talked about this a little bit as well. So the provisions right now for the New York Health Act, this would be a better benefit actually for active workers and retirees that live in New York State, because you want to see that the unions stop negotiating away their health care. If health care wasn't on the table all the time, then they wouldn't have to keep diminishing it to pay for their raises. They're literally liquidating their benefits. The New York Health Act says no prior authorizations, no networks. No copays. It was an easy way of getting your health care. It even had a long-term care plan, the thing that John Blau is talking about, which if John can tell you how many thousands of dollars that plan becomes as you get older, I could tell you for a fact that as well, of having taken care of my mom. So out-of-state retirees, that's where the problem becomes. And as we've said before, the out-of-state retirees would not be covered by the New York Health Act. You have to be a resident of the state. So what the provision is for the New York Health Act is if you are an out-of-state municipal retiree, then you would end up staying on the health care plan for your city. So now for us, the city of New York would still have to give us our health benefits. So there is still a concern with that because the city has 1.2 million people in the New York City health program. If you take 1 million people out, what's going to happen to those premiums? I don't really know. And so that question hasn't been answered. So it's really kind of hard to take a position for out-of-state retirees when I don't really have an answer to any of that. I know they're working on it. We've helped them out, but there's really not really a position for me to take on that. Hopefully they come up with some sort of solution. The bill does provide that if the bill does pass, they have 18 months to decide to create a panel that would look at all of the issues and come up with options to try to fix that. Right now, that's still an issue for me to get behind. So for everybody else, it's a great idea, looks like, but not for out-of-state retirees. And there's enough of us for me to be concerned. Hey, Lila, hope you're doing okay. Let's see. George, moving to Florida. Do I call OLR an emblem in Medicare? So, George, you would need to notify labor relations you're moving. You would need to notify your pension system you're moving. You would need to notify Social Security that you're moving. And I think that's it for municipal workers. Your union welfare fund should also know that you're moving so that they can keep in touch with you with your union benefits. I'm a billionaire? What? One of the Unity UFT characters on Facebook says you're a billionaire. Really? Damn. I didn't know that. That's exciting. I'm shocked, Eileen. I'm a billionaire. Does anyone know else? Does anyone else know I'm a billionaire? How am I a billionaire? Oh my gosh. I feel special. I'm a billionaire. That's crazy. You're welcome, Marvin. Awesome Labor Law 101 videos by Marian, along with the updates on the videos she did in 2023. Those were fun videos. I loved that case. You listen to Pittsburgh Plate Glass. That I love listening to the judges in the 70s. So if you're watching me do that video with all of those with that case on Pittsburgh Plate Glass, you have the judges at the top. You could watch the whole video, and as the video online goes, each one of the justices talk. And this was a Rehnquist court. I mean, this is a really amazing time. As each judge that speaks, his image lights up, and you hear the NLRB and you hear the union lawyer argue. I mean, I just love that. So, I mean, you guys know I love my labor history. So that to me was a very good case. Why has Nespoli been mute? Do you know what, Charlie's aunt? I really have no idea. All I can tell you is maybe he's having trouble talking these days. Maybe he's afraid to say something. I really don't know. They just don't know. Copays for blood work. Will it be one copay for blood draw or copay each test? So, Patricia, what I could tell you is I was on a meeting a couple of weeks ago with OLR, and I kind of slammed them today again, because in that meeting a couple of weeks ago, I was on with Comro and DC 37 people, and they literally said that was an error that was in that memo, and that it was supposed to be per visit, not per test. And yet they still did not send out a correction. So I kind of smacked them around a little bit about that today. Let's see what comes back next week. But I will tell you what they said to me in a meeting. And this is Dean Weltman and Sang Hong from OLR, that it is not per test, that it is supposed to be per visit. So that's what I was told. Let's wait and see if they correct it, because what they're doing right now is, quite frankly, is irresponsible. Copays don't start till you meet your deductible. Yes, Dan. Back in 2022, there was only one copay. When I called Emblem, they say sometimes two copays. One $15 for the visit, one copay for the test. It should be no more than two, like for active employees. Well, we're hoping that that's the case. Let's see. Joe, did you read the love letter Council Member Gennaro sent me when I commented on his Facebook post about Human Rights Day? I think I did see that, and I actually forgot, but it's the same crapola he'd been posting last year. I will go back and look at that. Let me write that down. What you can do is take my video from today and post that on his page and hope he reads it. Because that there in itself would be pretty powerful if he took the time to watch it. It's only about 30 minutes and it's very succinct. When will the monthly raise start for Part D? So the premium for Part D increases in January. Sherry said she'd like to see what the jerk wrote. Well, you can go to Gennaro's Facebook page, because that's where I saw it. What can I tell you? Can I get an interest-free loan? I don't know what makes Unity think I'm a billionaire, but I And I've never hidden my pension's a $35,000 pension. I am not a rich pensioner. So I don't know what to tell you. Very crazy. Pittsburgh plate glass, a very important case. Yes, it is, because that's the case that, and it's actually quoted in one of the OCB cases I referred to today, I believe. I've been doing so many videos, they're almost all mushing together in my brain. But I think today I read one of the BCB cases that actually mentioned that case, that retirees are not represented by unions. So absolutely. Thanks so much for posting the link about people with disabilities applying for the exemption from congestion pricing. Applied yesterday and already got approved. Awesome, Peter. I'm glad to hear it. Marianne, can I borrow some of your billions to pay my non-existent health care in Maine? I have to tell you, for Unity and a bunch of educators, just wow. Like, right? Like, it's very scary that I'm just going to leave it there. I'm just going to leave it there. So council members will have a private meeting with Garrido to give his biased one-side view of Bill 1096. But council members are refusing to now have a public hearing so retirees can give their views on. Actually, you know what, Gerald? That's such a great idea. That's a great idea to say that. I'm going to take a picture of that screen and I'm going to remind myself to go look at that later. And I might just put that in a memo. Awesome. You guys are so smart. I just love talking to you. Oh, Jim, what part of Maine are you located? Is this an anti-New York thing that your Medicare Advantage as a city retiree is monopoly money? This should be on page 1 of the Times. I don't know. Can Jim Walden appear at our rally on Monday? So yes, Jim is going to be there. Idafi Akporo will be there. And Idafi is running for Sean Abreu's seat since Sean Abreu has been largely useless to us. He actually was at the Labor Day parade and marched with us on Labor Day. So you'll get to meet Idafi, who absolutely supports us 1,000,000%. And then you'll also meet Sarah Bachu. She is also running in Carlina Rivera's district, so she wants to come as well. So you're going to meet all 3 on Monday, so please come. It'll be wonderful. Thanks for asking, Ellen. Terry, I saw Joe at GM's back and forth with Gennaro, and Gennaro was wrong. So I called his office and spent a long time explaining to a patient staffer. I used to work with Jim, and I told them that too. Yeah, Jim is like as stubborn as a box of rocks. I don't know what to tell you. Where can I get the link for congestion pricing? So Patricia, it was literally on our Facebook page, and I will try to remember to put that in our newsletter. Okay. Swami, there are some very immature folks in education, unfortunately. I've learned, yes, because when you had the retired teacher chapter election, Unity was putting up all sorts of ugliness on their Facebook page about me. They talked crap about my mom. So yeah, I'm familiar. I wear that with a badge of honor, don't you worry. Okay. I think that's really it. So I want to make sure. Kevin, really? Kevin, go back and watch this video back in the beginning when we're done. And there's videos on our YouTube channel about the whole copay thing. We've been talking about this for months now. Are you going to live stream Monday for those of us who can't make it for legitimate reasons? If it's not raining, probably yes, I will try to do that. I'm not quite sure how I would be able to do that and not get my phone soaking wet, but I'll figure something out. There are uneducated educators. Yes, I'm very largely aware at this point. So that's really all I have. Monday is our focus. We need to make sure we have a really good attendance on Monday. So for those of you that will be coming, grab a friend, bring a neighbor, come on out, wear something green. DC 37 retirees, wear your green swag, whatever DC 37 shirts, hats, whatever you got. And we have signs and stuff that we'll be distributing that day. So please come, and you're going to be prepared to be there. And hopefully they let us in, Yes, this will be distributed publicly to the media. We are putting this out. We have press releases about this. And we want them to know that we are not taking this anymore. And the council is doing a disservice to their retirees that they're listening to a union leader spread lies and misinformation and perpetuate it. What's even more disturbing is there's a half a dozen council members who are attorneys in the city council, and they're not even paying attention to this. This would be Julie Menon, Tiffany Caban, Sean Abreu. Ina Vernikov is supporting us, so I have to leave her out of that. There was one more. Oh, and Shekhar Krishnan. So this is disturbing that you've got a half a dozen lawyers that are not paying attention. Even Shekhar Krishnan is a constitutional attorney. You don't even need to be a really smart lawyer. All you really need to do is look and see who can a union, just search who does a union represent. Call labor relations. They have access to this, and they're not even listening. So does the governor have anything to do with the does the governor have anything to do with the trouble with the city? I don't know what you're talking about, Charles. I don't know what trouble. So thrilled you recently and Wendell Potter got more radio and press recently after the killing of the United Healthcare head. I didn't know we did we? I think we were all in Gothamist this week. I think we were both in Gothamist, and I'm actually working with Wendell on another thing right now. So I don't know. See what happens. We probably would have another article coming out in January I think it might be with Wendell. I don't know. We'll find out. They think they'll wear us out, but it's not happening. I know. Also, put on your calendars. Friday. So today I had on Mike Karubi from the Triple SA, the Transport Surface Supervisors. He was absolutely wonderful. I hope you guys got to listen. If not, I think Mike might have put the archive up, Mike Tambasco, up on our Facebook page, but it is up on the WBAI transcript archive sheet. Next Friday, the 20th, we are also doing another union leader that's like Mike, that actually started the trend of union leaders protecting their employees and retirees by changing the bylaws of their constitutions. Phil Valenti from Local 106, also a transit union, will be joining us on the 20th, and you will all get to meet him. Another wonderful, exemplary union leader I'm proud to call a friend. So 2 gentlemen back to back, both transit, setting the standard, because man, they are not TWU Local 100. They do not want their unions to do what they're doing, and they are fighting the good fight at the labor table to make sure that their people are protected, both active and retired, and protecting traditional Medicare from being privatized. So we have to make sure that while we're backhanding the knuckleheads like the Henry Garridos and the Gloria Middletons and the Greg Floyds, that we're also lifting up the proud and the proud union leaders that we believe should be setting the standard. And so today, hats off to Mike Karubi. Next Friday, the 20th, we'll be talking to Phil Valenti. Please join us. It's really a wonderful time to get to meet people and hear why they're doing what they're doing, hear about their history and what they did. I mean, Mike's organizing is just really phenomenal that he and his team have been working to educate and organize union supervisors into unions around the country. That's what a union leader should be doing, not stealing their retirees' health benefits or diminishing healthcare for their active workers. So set the standard, raise the bar, and that's what we need to do. Let's see. Wendell was mentioned in both USA Today and NBC Tonight. Well, that's fantastic. Wendell is like the rock star of protecting Medicare, right? Like he is a national whistleblower. He, to me, I love talking to him. He's in awe of me. I'm in awe of him. I love talking to him. He's like, I'm talking to Mary. I was like, but I'm talking to Wendell Potter. If you remember, Wendell came to our hearing and testified at the city council on January 9th of 2023. That was the first time I met him in person. He came from Pennsylvania just for that event. So means a lot to him to be with us, and I absolutely love that. So that's all I got tonight. I'm going to try to work on getting out that newsletter before I go to sleep tonight. Please make an attempt to be there, on Monday. I want to see all of you there. Dress warm. We'll be all together. It'll be a very fun event. I absolutely promise you. You will definitely enjoy this one. We are going to make sure it is a day for Henry Garrido to remember forever. So you guys have a great weekend. And thanks again for supporting the organization, protecting your rights and your health care. We truly do appreciate you. Thanks to the moderators on our Facebook page. We appreciate all you do. I will see all of you on Monday at City Hall at 1:45. The march kicks off at 2 p.m. down to DC 37 headquarters. For those of you that don't want to come and meet us at City Hall, meet us at DC 37. We will see you down there. Neil will meet you on one side of the building and I'll meet you on the other. And then we will all be together once that meeting starts, if they don't let us in. So don't worry, we will be together. That's going to be the best part of this. This will be the last event of the year. And hopefully the next time we have to do this, it's spring. So I love you guys. You take it easy and I'll see you Monday. Good night.